Saturday, 9 to 9:30. Dr. Sparman, Dr. Sparman, the SparmanClinic.com. We bring this health program called Living to you every Saturday. Yeah, good morning, you nice listeners. We're here this morning to talk about living and secrets of longevity and why people live longer. Why some people live longer than some. There's a lot of theory involved there, and I want to have an interaction with you today. The number you can call is 434-1791, 434-1790, and 434-1771. You call us, and we will talk. What's your take on this long living? Do you know that the oldest man alive right now, he's living at 114 years, and he's in Japan? Well, by statistics, Japanese live longer than any other country in the world. But what's to note is that these people, the younger generation, there's some fast foods moving in there, like the typical standard American type of diet, the hamburgers and so forth. You know what happened? The younger generation, they're living for shorter periods of time. So it seems to me and to all the researchers that whatever you eat, your environmental factors play an extreme role in how long you live. Now, but what is the real topic that really should be addressed, and we can really have you. I want to hear your views about it. I have my take on it. But do you know that the second oldest man in the world is right here in Barbados, not in Jamaica or Trinidad or Grenada or any one of the other islands in Barbados? And that, I think it's significant. That means a lot to us. We should take a lot of pride in that. It means that even though we are getting infiltrated by the American type of style or the Western style of eating, we have, as a people, we eat relatively well. And the second oldest man in the world, his name is James Sisnett, and he's 112 years old. And I'm going to make a prediction today. I think he will make the oldest man in the world. I think so. I sat down and I had an interview with him this morning to you, James, and know you're listening. I sat down this week and I spoke to him, and this was a gentleman sitting in the chair, very, very good sense of humor, had his head full of hair, and no illnesses whatsoever. No pressure problems, no diabetes, no cholesterol issues. He's a fit. So I said, I predict he has a few years left to go. And what's going to happen? I think he's going to be the oldest man in the world, and we'll take a lot of pride in that also. We'll try to get James on the telephone. Couldn't get to bring him here, but I will at least do an interview with him. So I want you to think about these things and ponder on them. With bad genes, good genes, anti-aging genes, and all those type of things that could make up and would decide why one person lives longer than the other. I feel that we are born with a package, actually, and you have your genetic material by the time you have the sperm should unite with that ovum. You got a genetic material in the nucleus right there, has all the DNA, and they start to divide up and so forth, and you have cells being formed, and then cells become tissues, and tissues become organs, and then organs become the whole structure. If you do certain things from the environment, whether what you eat and so forth, and also internal environmental stuff like emotions and thoughts can affect these genes. And what happened, I think, it motivates some genes or activate the bad genes, or based on what you eat and so forth and these factors, it can activate the anti-aging gene that will allow you to live very long. Because some people, they'll live for 102, but their siblings live for 75 and 76. Now, why isn't everybody then in that specific family tree living extremely long? Now, James, I interviewed James actually this week, and he's 112 years old, and James is, as I said, he's disease-free. Everything, he just sits there, he has a little bit of hearing problem, which is obvious and understandable. But pressure and cholesterol and all those things that normally affect colored individuals very, very early, he's not affected by that. He's able to sit down and laugh and talk to me and so forth, and how he walked a lot when he was younger, and even in the type of work he did. He was a blacksmith, so he was always on the road working. But one of the amazing things about James is that James said that I said, "What did you eat, James?" James said, "I ate goat." And the only thing I didn't eat in the goat was the skin, actually. So you say you're born with this genome, and we're trying to get James in the line there. So we'll keep trying. And James, good morning. And I know that you may not hear me, but is Miss Lewis, you there?
Miss Lewis speaking.
How are you?
All right, thank you.
I want to thank you for taking your time off. We're trying to talk to the public and the whole nation, let them know about this. Of course, we all want to live long. I would like Barbados to be, not Japan. We want to be the country that have the greatest percentage of people actually live as centurions and so forth. So we have James here, and I predict you, Miss Lewis, I just said it before you came on, that James is going to be the oldest living man in the world. I predict that, and we'll wait a couple of years and we'll see that come to pass. He's following a guy in Japan who's living for 114 years. Now, could you ask James how old he is?
Tell Dr. Sparman how old you are.
How old? I'm 12 years. How many years now?
What did Miss Lewis, could you get that out to us?
You heard him?
He says 112, didn't he?
Yes, he does.
You know, when I talked to him, he says he was 12 years old.
Yes.
I said, so when you're going to be 100? He says, wait, you mean the second 100? Oh, man, that was so cool. So where did he grow up? Which school he went to? Ask him the school he went to.
Tell them which school you went to, Daddy.
St. Luke's Boys School.
Yeah, that's in St. George, right?
George, yeah, St. Luke's.
That's great.
Abraham Jones.
Keep talking there, James. I want to hear you. He's such a nice fella. Listen, Miss Lewis?
Yes, I'm here.
Yes, I want to know what is the secret. How is it he's able to live to 112? Some people can't even make 70. Ask him what the secret is. We want to know. I want to know.
Doctor wants to know what made you able to live to 112.
Yeah.
God knows. God knows.
I love this man. God has helped him through this thing. He's a strong believer in hymns, and he sings a lot of hymns. And but he drinks a little bit of brandy every night. Should I say that there?
About the brandy, you like the brandy?
Yes, I like the brandy.
Every day he's get his brandy. Ask him, please. Yeah, keep talking. I want to hear you. We want to hear you. Go ahead, Miss Lewis.
Yes.
He can keep speaking. Let him talk to me. Tell him whatever he wants to say.
All right. You can talk to the doctor, Daddy. Tell him what you want to tell him. Have a good chat with him. Hold the phone.
Is the doctor there?
Yeah.
Yes, I feel good.
You feel good?
Yes, praise God.
What do you want to tell the people out there? I want to hear from you. You're 112. I would listen to whatever you want to say.
I never stay Barbados.
Tell them you love them. The people of Barbados.
Yes, good.
You love your people.
Yes, I feel good.
Good. It's just a hearing problem. He's very good. James, I want to thank you so much for talking to the nation. We love you. Keep living strong. Keep doing what you're doing. And we all want to live. We all want to be centurions. As Cupid is laughing and smiling on the other side. Cupid will make it too. But I thank you, James, and God bless you. And hi to your family, Vincent, and all of your little children, all your children you had. 11 children, actually. Six children, and 6 from the first marriage, 5 from the second marriage, and then 11 total, 9 alive. So longevity, the gene is there. Thank you, James, and I will talk to you again. I'll come and see you, okay? Thank you, Miss Lois. Thank you. So, guys, you had a little, you heard him there. It's hard to communicate because he's not in the phones and so forth. He's not hearing that well, but completely healthy. And it's nice to have guys like this around. And he said that he did a lot of walking. He ate, worked very, very, very hard. And I said this before. I said most people who live for long periods, or centurions and so forth, they're very slim. I've never seen somebody that is heavy.
You did mention that last time.
Yeah, and it's true. Look it up. So there is something to do with obesity. If you should go and dissect a person who's got a weight problem, you'll see what happens. There's fat in all the organs. There's fat in the kidneys, fat in the liver, fat in the heart. You check the chicken out. You ever did that? You ever, like, try to cut it. Yeah, just clean it, take the gut and all that stuff and cook it. You did that? You did?
I've done it on more than one occasion. On many occasions, I had no choice.
And you like the fat ones, right? You didn't like the skinny ones, right? Tell me the truth. That's the tasty one, right?
Yes.
You go to the chicken.
The fat from the chicken is going to bake down into the actual cooking.
Exactly, man. It'll give you a nice flavor, right?
That's correct.
So you gone out to the market to buy a chicken, the live one, and you gotta just kill that chicken and just do the cleaning. And
you don't want no lean chicken.
No, you don't.
I want a lean chicken.
All right, doctor. Okay, doctor.
You may be telling the same people for a lot of lean meat.
You see that? No, listen, Dr. Cupid. Now you're dissecting.
But you know that's the first name I carried in radio.
You're kidding? Is that so?
It was Dr. Cupid.
Why did you drop the doc?
I don't know. I just dropped the doc. Eventually, everybody just kept calling me Cupid. In fact, I tried at one point to drop the whole Cupid thing. But it wouldn't work.
So it wouldn't work.
Yeah.
No, man, that's your brand.
Right.
So you're there with a knife and you dissecting this. You just cut the chicken. You dissect. Tell me when it's fat like that. Don't you see a lot of fat in the kidneys and the?
It's not only that you notice it in the breast and so on. As you go through, you'll notice it throughout
Exactly. So that's what's the problem. So the lean people, the people who work well and eat well, seem to live longer. So even though you may be born with a gene that is bad, because people say, all right, there's a cluster. But I've seen people who've got things like colon cancer. Everybody's having cancer of the colon. And one member decided, I'm going to beat this stuff. I'm going to eat well. Fruits, vegetable, no red meat. It's going to be white meat or no meat at all. Skim milk. Staying away from the cheese, all the pizza and all that stuff they got in there, man. And you think about it. Your chicken is supposed to live for a good 8 weeks before it becomes mature to you, at least 6 to 8 weeks.
Yeah.
And you having chicken 3 weeks, the big chicken ready to eat, man. Something happened. That thing they put in the food can't be good for you. So it's all of these things and this animal stuff that really messes with you. So, but the guy with the colon cancer we're talking about, he stopped eating all of that. And you know what? He has evaded that colon cancer that would affect the other family members. And then the breast cancer, same thing. People stop eating meat and do well and eat a lot of fruits and stay close to the plant, and they don't get a breast cancer, even though mommy and their sister had it. So external environmental factors and even internal factors that affect your thoughts and emotions has a lot of had a lot of association or direct correlation, or is directly proportional to your incidence of the disease process. So you can call us today and let us know what you think. What are your thoughts about obesity and longevity? What are your thoughts about, what do you think? Do you agree with the current literature where, of course, you have to eat well, and this would turn off some of the genes. If you eat plant product, the bad genes are turned off. So the good genes that would be consistent with anti-aging would be accelerated. So it's a balance of forces. Bad gene, good gene. You got to call it.
4341790. Yes, we have a call, and let's bring in this one right now. Good morning to you.
Morning.
Hello. Good morning.
Morning.
I'm just going to put my little input.
Please.
My grandmother is 109 years old.
Whoa.
Yeah, and I can remember kind of as a little girl, I used to see my raise her own fowl, her own duck, never used to cook with spicy.
Yeah.
And lots of vegetables. So I believe that is the key, you know?
Yeah.
Exercise and eat properly. Don't worry about nothing. Keep your mind clean and live for God. I believe that is the key.
That's great. Who else around her is living to that type of age? What about sisters or?
I'm not sure. We didn't really close from that kind of way.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not sure about my mother. It's her daughter.
Right.
And she was no diabetes.
Okay.
Bad eating.
Okay.
Bad eating habit.
So when your mom, did she develop a good modified lifestyle or eating habits, or?
Me, my mother,
Mm-hmm.
she used to drink, she used to smoke for years. I didn't eat anything, so I believe that is what brings on. But Ma has nothing like that. All she has a cataract, and her hearing is not so good.
You see that? So you would agree then that what you eat, what you put in this body,
Yes.
would affect your lifespan.
Yes, it would.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Me? I'm exercising because when I went to the doctor, he told me all is wrong, that my pressure side. Take out all the sodium. So I take it out, take a lot of fruit, a lot of vegetables, and I'm eating properly and exercising because I want to live older than Ma.
Good. Well, you're on the right track, and you go for you exercise 20 minutes of brisk walking or skipping or jumping, whatever, 3 times a week.
Yes, soca aerobic twice a week.
And when you get up at night, don't go and even though you crave for the cheese or you crave for the peanut butter with me, a lot of that, and or you crave for the or sweet bread, you just have a couple of apples in your refrigerator. Eat that. It fills the stomach because of the fiber, and you go back to sleep. You don't miss the stuff. No, it's happening to me too. Thank you for calling. I appreciate that, and I agree with you.
Okay, thank you.
We have another caller. Yes. Hi. Good morning.
Yeah, President, good morning to Mrs. Sparman.
Good morning, ma'am.
And how are you today?
Not bad. Not bad. Very, very good Saturday.
Yeah, man. I was privileged to meet with Mr. James Sisnett on Wednesday.
You kidding?
Yes, I went over to the home.
You met him? Why did you go there? You just wanted to see this guy?
I wanted to go and touch him because I'm visually impaired, right?
Okay.
But I just wanted to go and touch Mr. Sisnett and take my younger son, who is very fascinated with older people.
Okay.
And I met and sit with him and his two daughters and 2 sons at the home there, at the Ocean View Nursing Home.
Yes.
And they told me Mr. Sisnett loves to look at ladies. So he didn't want me to look at him from forward, like he wanted me to turn around. So I had to turn around.
You know you're too much.
I shut my wrist for Mr. Sisnett.
What did he do when you do that?
I shut my wrist. He said, the Lord didn't want to win a bet at all.
You know you're too much.
And then when I said to him, I want to marry to you, he said to me, you're already married, but anyhow, set a date.
You're kidding me.
Set a date.
So you were impressed?
Of course I was. And he ate whatever they gave him, he ate and everything like that. And I said to him then when I was going, I said, come and go with me. He said, I can't go with you because I don't know where you're going.
You mean he didn't trust you, huh? He didn't want you to take you nowhere that may shorten his life, right?
And then he said to me, but who are you? Who are you? I said, I'm one of your son's girlfriends. His name is Francis. I'm Francis' girlfriend. He said, who? I said, what become of he? But he said to me he had seen Francis the last week. But he can't hear you very, very well.
Good.
He's very active still. You know, he's still bubbly.
Yes. I want to thank you.
His kerchief fell to the floor.
Thank you.
He noticed that his kerchief was on the floor. He said to the nurse, please pass me my kerchief.
Oh.
Yeah.
Good.
So I was privileged to go and see to touch Mr. Sisnett.
Well, I hope you didn't walk up too much when you were turning around, you know. And thank you so much for calling. God bless you. Hello?
Hello, good morning, Dr. Sparman.
Yes, good morning.
I don't know if it's something to do with the genes, because my mother, she lived in 91 years and 5 months. She used to eat a lot of fat.
Okay.
A lot of animal fat. She used to get from the south, used to eat all the fat off from the south. She used to fry out the fat and neck cracklings and use that fat.
Yeah.
She liked her salt. But only in her later age, she got a little high blood pressure, not much. She had to take a half a tablet, and she took that for a couple of months and stopped. But she had arthritis. That was her only problem, her arthritis. And she had cataract too, but she lived to be in her old age. She lived very long.
Yeah, well, you see...
She liked her sugar, and taste her sugar, and she liked her salt.
Good. Yeah, you know, sometimes, everything does not read a textbook, and some people would eat all kind of stuff and still be able to live long. But the general consensus is if you eat very well, your chances of living for long periods of time increases compared to people who eat the Western diet, which is a lot of red meat. And I tell you, the thing that I worry about more so is just that red meat, which would include things like, cow, whether it's beef, whether it's veal, whether it's things like even sheep and goat and all of that stuff, stay to the white meat, fish and seafood and things like, even the breast of the chicken. But meat in itself is not the best. But if you're going to use something, it's going to be white meat. Thank you, ma'am. So to wrap this up, we got James Sisnett, the second longest living man in the world, and soon to be the first here in Barbados, and I take pride in that because I research in the Caribbean and all these areas to see if there's anybody that would that is comparable to him. And no, James, keep up the good work, and you people here in this wonderful country and tourists, take this information back with you, please. All right, wherever you go, whether it's Germany or Ireland or whether it's the United States. Yes, you stay close to the plant, eat a lot of plant product, stay away from red meat, stay away from the animal product as much as you can, and your life will be lengthened. I'll see you guys next week. You can come Dr. Sparman, dr.sparman, the SparmanClinic.com, and you can punch in YouTube, Dr. Sparman, hear this program and all the programs before, surgery, all that stuff you can see right there. It was nice talking to you guys, and we will live forever.